Hi guys, welcome to the 11th episode of this season, and today we're going to talk about the transitional period between now and later. We often struggle with uncertainty, not knowing what will happen next, and sometimes we bend and break under the pressure of our now versus our future. In this journey we call life, we have some times where we don't know if we can really tolerate our current struggles for much longer, and we don't know how long we will last, and we don't know if we are made with the material that is required to take the pressure or pressures we come up against. But a lot of times, maybe, there are incidents, fact, where the reason we end up in a situation and the reason we are stuck in that situation are not the same. Case in point, the children of Israel. The children of Israel went to Egypt to survive a famine, but they stayed and they grew, and at some point they became an enslaved people, and they had to endure many atrocities while they're living in Egypt. Then when these Hebrew people finally got released from Egyptian bondage, they were facing a 40-day journey to their new home. Instead, they spent 40 years on that journey. See, when they were finally freed from slavery and given the chance of a new life, they did many things. And due to disobedience, none of those people who left Egypt stepped foot into Canaan. From idol worshipping to just blatantly voicing their regret and their ungratefulness, they rebelled on a whole different level. When we go through eras of our lives, it's our responsibility to figure out why we're going through these eras. The children of Israel were stuck in the wilderness because of their own behavior. They were going from point A, Egypt, to point B, Canaan, and it was supposed to be a very smooth trip, but it was not. It's our responsibility to glean perspective and learn lessons from our experiences. I listened to a story a few days ago where someone was sharing his short but very deplorable experience about visiting a place. And it was for a short while, and he knew the end date of his trip, but it was still very uncomfortable. And he thought he was better than to have gone through that experience. And so he voiced his opinion. And there are times, quite a few times, when I've said so myself, I should not be going through this. But this man said he had to be reminded that he could endure the process for this short time without complaint, and that the experience was for a reason. See, sometimes we get stuck in what should be a 10-minute traffic for years because we didn't recognize the experience for what it was. A minor delay, a short break from our journey, a period of pause, a comma, not a full stop. We forget to see the big picture. Yeah, we're hurting, we're broken, and we're sad, and we're lonely, we're confused, you name it, we're going through it. But there's also an end. and there's also a lesson. And sometimes we get glimpses of what that end is to be. Sometimes we know what our purpose is in that journey. Sometimes we get snapshots of the goal, of the finish line. We get indications of what lies ahead if we just stay the course. But we also get distracted and overwhelmed by the noise, by the heat, by the pressure during this transition period. And we fall victims to the situation, which we tell ourselves is just too much. But it is our duty to ourselves not to give up. Take a look at your life, at where you are now, where you were a few years ago, say 2 years ago, and whether your transition between then and now has been progressive or regressive. Look at how different your life has been in this short period of time. Look at the difference this short time has brought to your life. And then put that into perspective. Project how much different your life could be in the very near future. We go through things to get to destination. We cannot sit at our stationary point and expect everything to come to us. The things we go through, the experiences we overcome or we endure, these things, these details in our lives are not our entire story. Based on how full our lives become, an experience can either be a sentence, a paragraph, a page, a whole chapter in our book of life. So my advice is, never let a few bad experiences overshadow a great life. We should know by now that I love listening to podcasts, right? And I was watching a video attached to one of these podcasts that was showing an analogy of what our journey through life can look like. Comparison is the stealer, the thief of joy. And this analogy showed two persons starting out their journey at the same time. And going on the way, one person had a clear path and the next person had a number of obstacles in their path. And if you're like me, you would have planned most, if not all, things. You're just a planner. That's what I am, a planner. But if you're like me, life has a way of humbling you because things never go as planned. But I'm painfully and hopelessly stuck in my ways of romanticizing life. And so when life throws curveballs at me, I just get back up and keep going. But this analogy was using these two people going along their path, and the one person who had obstacles kept getting delayed, while the one without obstacles kept progressing. And at some point in the journey, it seemed as if a vehicle came and picked up the person who kept on facing obstacles and took him right past the person who was going along their way without obstacles. And the lesson it was teaching is that you never know what can happen. Stay your course. Life has a way of changing. Well, what I saw from it was that never pull somebody down to raise yourself up. And so even if you're going through life, even if you're transitioning through seasons, even if you're not certain what your next will be. You don't step on people to get where you need to go. Cindy Trim said, God is going to accelerate the time between your seed and your harvest, your prayers and the answers to them. Your blessings will come so fast. It's going to cause you to break into spontaneous praise. Doors are being unlocked that you can't see yet, but keep on believing. And as I go, I leave you with these words. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And until next time, take care.